Here I'm just working with DICOM and the DCM for Jetpacks and testing some software for a training session. So I found maybe recording this might be fun. So I have a virtual machine with an old version of DCM for Che that works really good. I have loaded a study using the DCM send command. So what I'm doing is this thing here. I have some sample DICOM studies here. So I have some sample studies here. I just sent to the PAX, the DCM4Chair that is running on this IP is 0108. On this port is the 11112 is the DICOM port. And it just loaded this example that is an electrocardiogram, an ECG. So here, what is nice is I can search for the study. I just have that study loaded. We can also check, for instance, the content of the study. If we ask for application PDF, the content type, it will open a PDF. This is automatically generated by DCM4Che from the data on the study. So it's all the measurements there. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this has 12 points. It's a normal ECG. We can also ask for an image, and it will generate just this. So you can actually integrate this into a web page. This is using WADO in the background. That is web access to DICOM objects. It's just a URL that you set the parameters for getting the study, and it will display the study in the content type that you ask for. And of course, the packs should support that content type. This DCM4Che supports these two content types, so that's okay. What else can we do with this study? So I have here a small application I built some time ago. I'm just testing that this works okay. This allows me to first configure the connection to an existing pack. So this is actually remote IP. This changed, so I need to change this to 08 because DCM4Che is running on 08 here. So I will change DCM4Che. This is the right application entity, and this IP should be 8. And the port is okay, WADO is okay, so it's just the port that I need to change. And then I can do the search. So if we go here, this is on my machine and this is on the virtual machine on the left. So actually that is the terminal of the PAX itself. I need to check, and this is a web interface for the PAX also. It's going to the virtual machine IP. Here I know the patient's name, it's Clark, so I can just grab that and look for the name. And this should actually search on the server. It didn't find any studies. Maybe it's because of the type of study I'm looking for. So let's see if this works. Yeah, I think it's because of the type of study, because we are not looking for, maybe it's filtering. This is filtering for imaging studies, not for waveform studies. The ECG is a waveform type. So I will try to just load another type of study. Here we can just go with the maybe the PET CT scan. So here we go PET, DCN send, all is good. It's writing. This is again on the left is the terminal for the server. So that terminal is receiving objects from this PET scan, and there are a lot of images there. 140, 166 images it seems this study has. So let's try again. So we go here, search. Yeah, I want to search without filtering. This is the previous ECG and this is the PET scan, and this has inside some images here. Let's see, I think it's more than 166. Yeah, there are 83 there, and there are 83. Oh, it's at 166. Yeah, we have two series of 83 images. Here we can see individual images, I hope. Yeah. So if I search for this anonymized, so let's search for this name. Let's see if it finds anything there. There's an error somewhere. I need to remove this. And it didn't find anything by the name. Not sure if the name and the last name are switched. Maybe it's the last name. This patient name is the last name. So maybe if I double check here, the attributes would be better. Patient name. It's just this. Yeah. So this worked in the last name. Field. And what happens if I search for the patient ID field? Let's check this one. So let's remove this and search for this. It finds the same study. Let's try to search for the other study by the ID of the study, or the patient, by the ID of the patient. Let's see if this, without the space, no, it doesn't find the other study. There is an issue, I think. There is a missing study ID for this one. I see an error here in the terminal. It seems study ID is not there. So let's go to this study. The light blue, this is the study. And let's check. In the previous we have study ID is this. In the ECG we don't have study ID. Maybe we can add study ID is empty. Maybe it's because of that we can't find. Yeah, it's not because the ECG. So let's try to find. There is. We have the ECG there. I don't know if this will work, so I want to check the contents of that ECG. there is one, this is image, but it's not an image, it's a waveform. There is one object here, and it seems I can't retrieve the waveform because this tries to get an image in which format? The content type. Let's just copy this. Let's see if I can copy the image link, and we just paste this here, and that's strange. There are some points there in the IDs that are not correct. I'm not sure if the study data is correct for this one. So it didn't have the study ID, so that could be possible that we don't have, for instance, the valid object UID. So if we go to the objects, that's the object UID, this one, it should be that one. So let's open all the, that's the source EAT. The object instance number. Let's see if from here we can get an instance. From this one we will try to get the image, and I will try to see inside the image. It's retrieving the whole SVG and displaying it as SVG. It's not an image. So maybe for ECGs we don't have a way to access the image. So let's try to go back to the search, and this is the other study, the PET scan. So let's check for CT. We have some objects there, and this might be multi-frame images, and we just display here one of the images. No, this is scrolling. No, it's not multi-frame, it's single frame, but this table has a scroll here. I need to make this scroll bigger or this table bigger. So if I go, and the objects are not sorted, so I will need to sort this out. This application is very old. I built that like, I don't know, 10 years ago. But I can get individual images for all the cuts. And let's see if I can get the pet objects here. We have there like the lights and shadows of the PET scan. So that is nice. Yeah. And the point of this application is just for training, is to display the images and also to assign or create a report. So if I can, for instance, say like choose an image from the other series, that the big ones, yeah, and say one nice thing about this image is the patient has amalgams on his or her teeth. So the image you see these kind of sparks is because it's reflecting from the tooth that are fixed. That happens. So let's say okay, This is the scapula, etc. So I find this image and I say, this looks good. This could be a real clinical data, but I don't need that. And one thing that this does is the application takes this text, creates an HSM version 2 message, and pushes that message to the packs. So let's see if this works. I didn't test this in a long time, so let's hope for the best. Create. It seems the server received something. The contents of that HSM message is this, and you can see here live findings. This looks good. This is my text, and this is the acknowledge message, the message that I get back from the server, and seems an application accepts. So it seems it was actually accepted by the server. If I need to query the server again. I don't remember how this works. If I go to search series, I'm not getting the report back from the server. I might need to do the search again. But let's see if I go to the server and I do the search. Yes. And I open, this was for the CT, and you can see here CT, PT for the pet, and now is SR. This SR wasn't there before. That is for structure report. It's the report that I just created. So you can see here you have a new series with an object, and that object should be, if I try to display, I guess this structure report, you see the patient name, ID, blah blah. So this is from the image. This is my text. This looks good. And you can see here there is actually a reference to the image that I was displaying at the moment of the structure report when that was created, when I wrote this. And this is the report actually. And this can be displayed in a web page because it's actually HTML. I think it supports also PDF, and I can just click on that and it will generate the PDF, and it's just the same contents. This is information on the structure reports, I guess. I'm looking for that. I don't see this name, but maybe this doctor was on the original study, I think. Let's check. Let's check that. If I go to the study, should be this one, and if I click, you can see here is the doctor that sends the original reference. So this is the doctor that placed the order actually, and should be the doctor. This is doctor that placed the order. Shouldn't be the doctor that actually says that placed the report. But yeah, it is what it is. And I don't see here the contents of the SR. So this is not generating a lot of information in the PDF. Maybe the PDF generator is not quite there. But I'm using also an old version of DCM4Chain. So yeah, the only missing thing here on the application, I can just stop the application and run the application again and see if I do the search again, if it finds the structure report. Right now it's running again. Let's see if this is still coming up. It will take a minute. I don't remember if we are actually caching some of the responses from the server. That is why I didn't get the structure report when I search again. That might be the case. So it's a dumb application really. So yeah, login, origin, let's see if it didn't change. Yeah, it changed. So it's kind of deleting the states each time I'm running the application, because the application might be in development mode. That is why it's deleting everything. And if I search without parameters, no, I need some parameters. So I think this was the ID of the CT scan. Yeah, now we can see the SR is there. I can see 3 series instead of 2, and I can see 1 extra image or object there. So series SR, try to get the report, and this is the report. Okay, information, this looks good, blah blah blah. Yep, this is working as expected, with a little bit of extra work, but it's working. And another thing I need to do, so this is there, it's working, is to check if I can run a visualizer. So let's go to we will use an old version also of Oasis. Let's check. Oasis only works with Java 8, so I need to switch back. Use Java 8 something to an older version of Java, and now it should run, hopefully. So it's running. Okay, and this is Oasis. It's a visualizer, a DICOM visualization tool. And what I need to do is to, let's double check that we can query retrieve a server. So here we need to add a server, and let's see if I can preferences. I need to configure that the DCM4Che connection. This will be a DICOM node, I think. DICOM node. This will be DCM for Che. Hostname will be 680108, port 11112. That's the DICOM port. I will just double check that. DCM4Che 11112. That seems correct. And I would say both, and I would just copy in the description DCM4Che 2. Okay. So let's see if I can actually get the same information from DCM4Che. We will do a move there. Let's check the patient name, patient ID. No, Let's see. Here, the patient ID for this one. Let's try to find by this patient ID. Search. We found that one, and let's import. So this is doing the same as my application, the DICOM broker, in terms of searching for studies. Import and close. Connection failed. So what is happening? Let's check the preferences and see if there is anything wrong with our DICOM node. DICOM. This is the IP is correct. Yeah, 192.168.0. Yeah, the port is correct. Let's say retrieve on this one. Usage type retrieve. Close. Let's check again. For this search, patient ID, no name. Okay, so let's try to do this. Invalid. Maybe the issue is the cmove, so let's do a cget here, and then we'll check the other parameters. So import close. cget seems to be working. You see the terminal there on the left moving. Yeah, it was just that. So we didn't do the move but the get. And now this are the series for the CT. You can see the teeth there. That brightness there, just sparkling everywhere. We can see the PET series here with the areas of brightness there. Yeah, and we can see actually the current structure report with my text there. And this is the reference image, and I think if I click, it opens automatically the reference image in the specific series. So this is correct. This is the last thing that we do. I actually demo on my training courses, the visualization. Here you can do a lot of things like changing the window here, and the scale, the level. It's very interesting. This is an open source visualizer. As far as I know, or as far as I remember this, because I used this a long time ago, this can't generate a 3D model from these cuts. There are some tools that actually generate 3D models, and you can play and see. Let's check this one. But you can generate a 2D reconstruction. Yeah, so these images that you see on the right actually are not in the study. It's only the series, but because of the series has a lot of images that are very close together, horizontal cuts. Yeah, horizontal if the patient is standing. Yeah, this is the patient is lying down, so this is actually vertical cuts. Is extrapolating these images on the right. It's good for reference, but it's not so good in terms of quality. Yeah. You can see the image above. This one is very, even me that I'm not very much versed in anatomy, you can see here the shapes, but from the profile, it's not so good. Yeah, the main shapes you can see uh, recognize at least the anatomy, but this one at the bottom is very difficult. Like this area of the sinus, all that stuff is weird, looks weird, and all the teeth here and the chin just looks weird. Um, yeah, yeah, and these are not perfect vertical cuts actually. This has some angle because you can see there that starts cutting one shoulder. So this is maybe not so kind of 90-degree cuts because you see some asymmetries starting there. There you see some asymmetries here. Yeah, but yeah, this the image, um, the visualization, the DICOM visualizer works very well, and there are some things that I like to do. Let's close this one, and sometimes when you see something here and you can use like profiles for colors, this helps doctors actually see different structures when colored in different ways. Yeah, so this is very nice. Yeah, so this is working as expected with a couple of issues in the configuration, but that's okay. And let's check this one. I don't see any differences in this. Yeah, DICOM information, that's actually the study information, the series, the specific image information. It's all the metadata there. Well, this is a great DICOM visualization tool. So that's it. Thank you for working with me. Bye bye.